A global namaste, friends. How are we doing today? It's very bright outside, but let me tell you, after seeing the bright faces inside, I can only find the brightness here. It is a beautiful moment for all of us to be together because life is a celebration. And every time I remind myself that we're just spiritual souls going through this human experience, let's make the most out of every second we have in our life. Life is truly precious. We learn different lessons from life. There are challenges, and every time you have a challenge in life, it only makes you a better person, the best version of you. And every time you tell yourself, what do I do? But let me tell you, everything shall pass. As they always say, it's about ke sara sara. Nothing's gonna be permanent. Everything is just temporary. So I'm here standing in front of you where I really wanted to do everything that I was not allowed to do in childhood. I'm here to share my journey with you. We're talking of creativity and innovation, and what a better feeling than to actually listen to what your heart says, and at the same time, to satisfy everyone who's around us. Because after all, we need to make our folks happy, our families happy first. Agar family khush hai, to hum bhi khush hai. So let us truly begin with this wondrous journey that ma'am has introduced me with. Thank you so much for that very lovely and brief introduction. Truly speaks volumes about this. We're talking of shaping our future, and they always say it's always in the hands of the youth of today. As we all know, India is the youngest country right now, with more than 62% of the population below the age group of 36 years. Of course, we're looking forward to the youth of today becoming the future of tomorrow, and it can only get the best. But only if you smile, sit tall, and be all set with your vision to allow your vision and dreams become a reality. Exactly what I did with not knowing how to even go and have a communication or a conversation in English in school. I went to Jai Hind College, which changed my life forever. Having come across from a small place known as Kopri Gaon, which is in Thane, and born outskirts of this place, it truly took me a long time to realize what I really wanted to do and how do I go and achieve that. And of course, having becoming a radio jockey, to an international celebrity as an anchor, to having worked in Hollywood as well as Bollywood, the prestigious IFA Awards, been a part of the Filmfare Awards, and also there have been only 2 Oscars Academy events in our country, India. And I'm very fortunate to say that both were hosted by me in span of 90 years, where we had to welcome our president, John Bailey. So it's been a phenomenal journey, friends. Yes, was it easy? I just take it as a beautiful feeling of experience. Because you realize at one point of time that what you thought were your challenges, were your difficulties, were actually a stepping stone. We all want to climb the ladder of success, but it all depends on what your frame of mind is. They say that you stay where your mind is. And that is exactly what it is. If your mind thinks that yes, it's possible, it's certainly it. Maybe it's going to take you a little longer, but definitely. So what I wanted to become when I came to college, I was just passing by, and my college is in Churchgate. Just next to my college is All India Radio, around 4 minutes walk. And I just saw there were auditions mentioned there for English RJ. I have no idea. I don't listen to radio. I was never allowed to watch television during my childhood because mom always felt that we should all be academicians. Why? Because mom never went to school ever. So we only knew in our minds that we all 5 siblings have to be double graduates and only then think of our passions. So this was the only thing which was intact in my mind. I just get into the studio, I give my auditions, and my favorite is J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, and my entire script was on J-Lo because I knew quite a bit about her. I don't know anything about music, I don't know anything about the artist, and I just go for my auditions and I get through. And it's a positive yes, and I become a radio jockey without even realizing that I don't know the right pronunciations. There was lots to improve, but it was all along the way that it happened. People like my voice, and people, when I used to do, my shows where we used to have live conversations, have phone call with our listeners, where I'm getting a lot of compliments. I also got a lot of comments on my pronunciations where people are telling me how to pronounce cucumber. They said, It's not cucumber, that's the way we write it, but it's cucumber. So, such small instances, but that changed my life forever. And I never felt bad about it. I always appreciated everyone who corrected me because it's because of them where I stand here today. And of course, having traveled the world, representing India at the Bharat Mahotsav at Los Angeles, Las Vegas, to of course going towards the UK, having hosted a couple of shows at the House of Lords, and having won awards at all international avenues, right from Zurich to United States, where in New York City we are with all our excellencies, and of course at the same time our superstars from across the world. Well, it's absolutely been a beautiful journey. The first time when I entered college, Jai Hind, which gave me tons of opportunities, I got a chance to design a brochure. And I designed a brochure with a laptop and with a beautiful picture of Garba, and I was given a free pass for Navratri. Again, mom is with me, and I'm wearing my Western attire. I don't know what Garba or Navratri is all about. And I just go there, and to my surprise, during the break time, the organizers come to me and they tell me that, they tell my friend that, who is she? I'm learning the steps that time. That's the first time ever I'm dancing. And I just met a girl who probably knows me. She likes me. She's fond of me. And she says, come, I'll teach you the steps. I'm dancing and I'm like just glowing. I'm just blushing. I have no idea why. And I realize that this is a safe dance because I don't need to touch anyone. I'm dancing on my own. It's a folk dance. It's a Garba dance. And I'm enjoying. And my mom was enjoying watching me. No problem. Let her do. And it was a big surprise when I only won the second prize. You call it the first runners-up in a pageant. But the second prize in the dance, during the break, my friend just took her dupatta off. She wore it on my head because I always have curly hair. So I always have a high pony. And she just wore that. And I felt like a Radha. There was no Krishna around, but I just felt like a Radha. And whoever was around was like just dancing around me. And I actually was surprised to win this. And of course, thereafter winning 18 consecutive Ras Garba titles in India and America as the best dancer is truly a different feeling altogether. Where I feel I'm a Radha dancing with my Krishna. Having penned down the first book ever on Navratri titled 9 Nights Navratri, which was unveiled by our Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Srimati Anandiben Patel ji. And it just didn't stop there. After penning down the book, I was invited by BBC London to speak a little bit about Navratri, because after winning my Miss India Magnificent in 2013, I represented India at New York City at the Niagara Falls, and of course for my talent round with this beautiful, huge, lovely attire, the ethnic attire of Navratri. And when I spoke to them about the essence, the spiritual essence of Garba, all the beautiful sister queens wanted to know, how can this be spiritual? How can a dance be spiritual connected? And when I spoke about it, they only wanted to know more about it, where they asked me to pen down a book. And that's how my book in 2014 and the unveiling in 2015. So that's my beauteous Garba journey, which is ongoing. Now, wherever I represent India for the Bharat Mahotsav, I'm an official MC for them, the official showstopper for 3 collections, and of course a performer for my folk dance, where I represent our folk dance Ras Garba across the world. It has been truly a journey of love personification, and that is the only thing what has remained with me. Friends, in a day of today, where we all living in the world of artificial intelligence, where technology is on just our fingertips with everything we want and all the answers to ourselves, including, if girls, you look forward to boyfriends, you can have an AI boyfriend too. Oh my God, look at life, where it's taken us. But let me tell you, it is always the happy, the spiritual outlook, the values that our parents and our teachers, our principal has given us, which will take us a long way. We all tend to get lost, which is okay for us to get lost. But how long we take to come back to the real zone, to this red mark, is what matters in life. Friends, it's very good to experience everything in life, but to really stay intact to our values, at least to come back to it, is what is going to take us a long way, what is going to take you to that zone where you want to reach, where your vision is. So let's truly make sure that we have our values intact. And when I'm talking of spirituality, it's got nothing to do with religion. It's just that we are beautiful souls, actually spiritual souls, going through this human experience. Let's truly feel the blessing every breath, every footstep we take. It is the divine blessing. Realize that and you will automatically be the best of whatever you want to be. In the field of glamour and Bollywood, so Bollywood happened to me. And of course, having great experiences, I realized I'm going to talk about my last experience, which will just give you a glimpse, which is just nothing compared to the previous experiences, which is absolutely fine. Experiences are always welcome. I always feel and I felt that people who are very open with what they want, I always appreciate. Because then I have an answer, yes or no, I know which path to go. But where you have silent notions and expressions being expressed where you don't understand, where you confused, is a little bit difficult state, but which experience will teach us. So last time I was offered beautiful ad campaign was when I was called for this beautiful company where everything was done and I was finalized for this. I don't want to name the brand for a specific reason, but of course I have spoken about it previously. And it's the last moment. We're there last evening, and next day is my chance to go ahead and have the shoot done. And I was very confident this time because it was only in English. And by then, of course, I was like, wow. I felt always wow having a conversation and knowing the different accents of different countries, having traveled the world, of course. I'm very comfortable. And of course, being selected. So I go there at 5 p.m. in the evening only to see so many girls around sitting for the auditions. And they specifically told me right from morning that, you know, your dress code is you need to wear a white shirt and a short skirt. And then he confirmed with me even at 4 p.m., I hope you're wearing that. I said, no, I'm not wearing that because I come from a place where I'm not comfortable, but I'm going to come and change there, you know. So they just made sure that's the dress code. I said, not a problem. And of course, I changed. And then they say, oh, you know, we just need, you know, your first button to be open. I said, oh, really? I did that willingly, not even realizing what they had a hint at, what they really wanted to, you know, make me understand, or probably what they wanted to tell me. And I did that very happily because I was very excited, you know, with my dialogue. I was so well prepared. And then they said, no, can we go a little deeper? And I said, no, why is that the requirement? They said, yeah, that's the requirement because tomorrow we're shooting and I need to give this and send it, you know, to the director right away. And I said, well, I'll do it at that point of time because that is the time when it clicked. Oh, there's something fishy. There are people outside. I said, you mean to say I was finalized? I've already signed a contract. Oh, yeah, but you've already signed a contract, but it's only after this audition will be the final answer. And I said, sorry, I will not do that. I will do that tomorrow itself because anyways, you have my pictures. You can go ahead and see my profile if you need anything further. He got damn frustrated. He said, okay, go ahead. And I went ahead with he having no interest. I have no idea. I don't even think the cam was on. But I was told to just leave because they will let me know on the phone. And I knew I'll never get a call after seeing the number of girls sitting outside, and most of them were all trying to be comfortable in English. But then I realized, and when I came back to my car, my brother was there waiting downstairs, and he said, then I told him what happened. I said, this was crazy. I mean, after all this experience in my life, I have to still face this? That's not happening. He said, he just told me this, I hope you didn't change there. I said, of course I did. And he said, you know, I said, but then they had a proper room. And he's saying, you know, you need to be careful about all this. And I realized that's not for me. I better do what I'm good at and what comes to me. So in life, I just waited for the right time. It took me a little longer, but I waited for things to come to me. The first movie, when I was offered, I was asked to wear a swimwear. And I said, I absolutely feel it's a great thing, but I wouldn't like to wear one. So they changed the script, and 6 months later, the director comes to me, and that's how I did my debut film in Bollywood, Zindagi Tumse, which was released just before the pandemic. So life is really beautiful. We do have challenges, friends, but how we face them with positivity and at the same time, just consider it as a blessing. I had to experience that. Only then I got that beautiful approach of knowing how to go ahead and meet people ahead and what to expect out of them. But for that, it is very, very important for us to have experiences. Coming back to creativity, it is all about what you actually want to do in your life. What is within you? Aapke dil mein, what does your heart tell you? Listen to your heart. But that is only possible if you can give some time to ourselves besides the gadgets. The gadgets will never let your mind come out, never let you think of what your heart says. So, friends, be very positive. Give some time to yourself, to prayers, to the divine. Maybe you just want to pray to your parents, to your teachers, to your inspiring souls, but go ahead. But life is all about happiness, joy, and a celebration. Remember that. Be the personification of love. Go and give love to one and all. It will only be happiness which will come back in abundance to all of you. Thank you, love you all, and a global namaste.